Well, as we've mentioned, it's a very special year. And to go with that, a special award. Paul Gelder, please tell us more.
Well, you know, looking around here, that there's no shortage of yachting legends in their own lunchtime. And I mean that in the nicest possible way. No reference to Private Eye and lunchtime booze. Our special guest today is a man who would probably, and maybe is, shuddering in his deck shoes to be called an institution in yachting. I hope you can hear me. But that's what he is, and a much-loved one too. He's always been the most modest of men, almost shy, and certainly unaware of the esteem in which he's held. He's got a mischievous sense of fun informed by his exploits afloat. After studying at Manchester Art School, he bought a 12-foot canvas sailing canoe from a man in a pub and worked his way down the River Thames, sleeping on moored barges. He fried his breakfast on a Primus stove under the shadow of Big Ben, and I don't think the smell of sizzling bacon has ever left his boats. Eventually, he reached salt water and learned about tides and how to reef sails, and he named his first boat Vagrant because she had no visible means of support. In those days, sailors wore peaked caps and ensigns were lowered at sunset, and not surprisingly, our man felt the great need to stick a pin in the balloon of snooty sailors. With a few squiggly lines from his pen, he took us all to the heart and soul of sailing and sailing's cock-ups. He has been a unique commentator on the sailing scene for more than 60 years. He once told me he gets his best ideas sitting in the bath, and I suspect it's probably the catalyst of being surrounded by water rather than East Coast mud. His humour is gentle rather than vulgar, brash or cruel, and as well as a superb draftsman, he has a winning way with words, whether it's a clever punchline, a headline or a caption. He's a great storyteller, as any of you who sat beside his glowing coal stove in his many boats can testify. It became a standing joke, often repeated, that following his ferro cement boats called Lodestone, Brimstone and Touchstone, that his next would be Tombstone. Alas, after failing eyesight, our award winner has reluctantly swallowed the anchor, but on Friday he celebrated his 95th birthday. There's no sailing cartoonist in the world to match his elegant, economical wit and wisdom. David Bowie was called Picasso of Pop yesterday. Well, in my books, Peyton is no doubt the Picasso of sailing. Ladies and gentlemen, the YGA's special Diamond Jubilee Lifetime Achievement Award goes to Mike Peyton.